Okay, get the objective and the pass skill real quick. I've got 3 lines on there that you can put the objective on, right? Okay, and then the pass skill for the same for all 4 sections, 3.4. Why do you guys suppose it's the same skill for all of them?
Because it's just
All
a different way of
different
doing it.
Exactly. They're all, you can use any one of those methods for however you want to do it, right? It's basically just 3 or 4 ways that you can do the same thing. All right? Yeah. Hence the same pass skill. Okay? And then today's date's 23rd. You guys see that title, all right?
Elimination using multiplication.
Yeah. It's kind of very similar to what we did in 6.3 with a few minor changes, all right? It's the same concept, though. Anybody not have?
Oh, it's been.
That is stupid.
Oh, yeah, I'll pass it around here a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, we're taking a charter. How'd you change that there in your plan? Oh, yeah. Why are you interrupting our class?
What's all Timothy over there?
How did you see me through the door?
Just sent you.
All right. Everybody's good, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, key concept. This is in your notes. Let's go over this real quick. Step 1, you're going to multiply at least one equation by a constant to result in 2 equations that you get in opposite terms. So the first thing we need to look for is what? Circle this. We need the what?
Opposite terms.
Opposite terms. Okay? Now, most of the systems that we do today, they will not have opposite coefficients. They'll have opposites, but the numbers will be different. Okay? That's the whole point of the exercise today. Step 2, add or subtract the equations, eliminating one variable. Have we done that before?
Yeah.
We did it last time. Okay, and then substitute the value from step 2. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
We did that in 6.3, right? Okay, so the first thing you need to make sure is that your x's line up. Okay, x's line up, and your y's line up also. And then you want to look for what?
Opposite.
Opposites. Okay? All right. Next page. Example 1. All right. Look at these 2 equations. Do you have, are the variables lined up?
Yeah.
Do you have opposites?
No.
Okay, so I need to modify one of these equations to get what I want. Which one would you modify to get?
Bottom.
Top.
I'd probably do the top one. And just, what do I need to get in front of the y here?
Negative.
No. What's down here?
Negative 2.
It's -2 up there, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, that way I can eliminate which variable? The
Why?
y's, okay? So I'm going to take that first one and multiply times what?
Negative 2.
-2. Does everybody see what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. So now I need to change or distribute with each term inside, which is going to give me, or rewrite that as what?
Negative 4x
4x
minus 2y equals negative 46.
-46. Good. Well, we're gonna bring it over too. And I'm just gonna write it underneath that one. Okay? But remember, what's the whole idea is we want to do what? I want to eliminate one of the variables. So I can solve for the other one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. 2y, start 7. Good. I can cross those out.
Minus 37 is negative 83. Where's it positive?
You gotta add first, so.
Opposite sign, so we can
Nine.
find the
Negative 9.
difference, right?
It's negative 9.
Yeah.
X equals
9.
Good. Okay, so now I've got the X. I need to find the, what's going on, last step?
Substitute 9 for X.
Okay, which one?
Top. The
Top
modified
one?
top.
Can I do this one?
Yeah.
Can I even do that one?
Yeah.
Okay, I could even do the revised one if I wanted to. Okay? Nobody ever does because those numbers are a whole lot bigger than these ones right here, right? Not to mention is, what am I finding? I'm finding Y, right? Y is really almost kind of by itself, or will be, okay, with minimal steps, right? Okay, so 2 times 9 plus Y, 23. Y equals 5. Very good. That's it?
Yes.
Any questions? Okay, now. Everybody got this? Okay. Here's the CYP question that you're gonna have probably on your CYP. I'm not gonna work this for you, but you still have what? The opportunity to see the problem. Okay, so you need to write this down and work it on your own. You're responsible for that problem. At least you will be on your CYP. And I don't want to surprise you. I'll give you every opportunity to work it out on your own. It'll be after the worksheet, probably Wednesday. We're going to take a test on probably Thursday or Friday. I'm leaning towards Friday, okay, for chapter 6. And on the test, all I'm going to do is probably give you about 25 problems, and you choose whichever method, okay, that you want to use to solve that system. Does that make sense? Okay. And then I'm going to have some word problems on there. Where are the word problems going to come from? They're going to come from the worksheets, from your pair checks, and from your notes. We'll have one today. A couple on there today. Okay? All right. Does everybody have that written down? Okay. You're responsible for that. Example 2. And I would write it down right next to what?
Number 1.
Yeah, example 1. Okay? Because it's going to follow pretty close to example 1. And now, put this on example 2, but put it on the far left-hand side so you can have some space to put the CYP problem. Okay? All right, now, do my variables line up?
Yes.
Okay, do I have opposites?
Yes.
I sure do. What are the opposites on?
Y.
3 plus positive 3y and negative 5. So I'm going to probably eliminate the y's, right? I've got a problem here, though. The 3 and the 5 don't match up, do they?
No.
Okay, now, can I just multiply one equation by a number?
No.
What?
I can't, can I?
No.
There's nothing I can multiply the top equation by that's going to give me a match of 5, is it?
No.
Okay, so when this happens, what you have to do is you're going to have to multiply both equations. The top one by 5 and the bottom one by,
3.
okay? I'm basically just multiplying those two numbers together. Everybody see that? Okay, now, equality tells me that I got to make sure that I keep everything equal in the equation, right? Gotta keep it the same. So modify that, gives me what?
20x plus 15y equals 20.
Okay, and then I modify the bottom one, that gives me
9x minus 15y equals negative 69.
okay, so now what do I end up with? 29x. These two can do what now? Cancel out.
Equals 56. Maybe 56. No. 65.
Huh.
Oh, sorry.
Negative 29.
I just put 4, sorry.
Negative.
Negative 29.
I thought you had to subtract one.
X equals 1.
Negative.
Negative 1.
Okay, so my x is negative 1.
That should be a comma. 3 times negative 1. That's even worse.
Okay, which one do you want to use?
The bottom.
Bottom. But the one would be three. Three.
I'd use probably the original right here, wouldn't you? I mean, I probably shouldn't do that. I'm not saying you can't use the bottom one. I mean, if you guys want to,
Yeah, it's easier for me to do the bottom.
okay. So, I mean, you're gonna come out with the same answer, right?
Yeah.
Do you think, right? Okay, so that's negative 4. And then 3y equals
4.
No.
No, 12.
12. Y equals 4.
Yep.
We're recording right now.
We're recording right now, because we didn't get through all of it. Okay, CYP for number 2. This will be on your CYP tomorrow. So write it down. Everybody got it? Okay. All right, this is the one I was talking about. This is probably going to be on your test, or one similar to it. Very, very similar. The CYP that we have after this one will probably definitely be on your exam. I want to even go further to say that you might see one on the EOI test that's very similar to this. Okay? Fishing boat travels 10 miles downstream in 30 minutes. Return trip takes about 40 minutes. We want to find the rate in miles per hour of the boat in still water, no current. Is everybody clear on that? Okay. Here's how you set this up. This is a distance equals rate times time. Write that down. And kind of leads you to that, doesn't it? I mean, it gives you the distance, which is 10 miles. That gives you the time, but you have to find is what? The rate. Now, would you agree with me that the rate is going to be different with the current than it is going against the current? Right? Okay. Here's how you do this. Draw your box. Okay? 2 rows, 3 columns. 2 rows, 3 columns. You'll see a lot of these, like with, where they say this train takes off, and then this train takes off, But at what point do they meet? Do you guys ever have one of those?
Yeah.
Under CCT? Yeah. Okay, so, two scenarios. One is with the current, and then one is, really, you should probably put, instead of without,
Again.
put against. Okay, now, I'm gonna let A be,
With.
in still water. That's what I'm trying to find, right? I'm gonna let A be the still water. Write that down. That's ultimately what I'm trying to find right there. That's how fast my boat can go, right? With the motor that I have, how fast can it travel in still water? That makes sense. Okay, so I know the distance is what?
10 miles.
10 miles. Going to and coming back. It's the same distance, isn't it? Okay, so that equals my what? Rate times, there's the key now, times what?
Time.
Time. You with me? Okay, so my rate here is going to be A
The water.
plus
B.
W. Or you can put, that's, I probably need to go ahead and put C. For what? Current, get it. Okay? This is the velocity of the boat plus the current. Gives me the total, right? Total rate. Coming back is how fast the boat goes,
With that.
and then I gotta subtract the current. Y'all see that? Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. It's miles per what?
Hour.
But they give it to me in minutes. So, how many minutes in an hour? So I have to write time as 30 over 60, which is 1/2. Half an hour. You guys with me? Okay, and then the turn back going against the current took me how long? 40, which is 2/3. So it took me 2/3 of the time to get back. Again, what are we trying to find?
The rate.
We're trying to find A right
The
there,
water.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Here's what it's going to look like. Now, this is basically, see this time right here?
Okay.
What is that?
A plus C or A minus C.
What property is that?
Distributed.
It's distributed. Write this down. Here's what your problem should look like. 1/2 B plus 1/2 C equals 10. Which one was that?
With
That
current.
was with, right? Then the bottom one, 2/3 B. Now they use B, I use A. So you could rewrite those A if you want. 2/3 B equals 2/3 or minus 2/3 C, right? This one was what? Against. Okay, so do my variables line up? Do I have opposites? Okay, so I'm getting rid of what?
C.
The C. I want to do that anyways, don't I? Because what am I trying to find?
Current.
I'm trying
still
to
water.
find my speed without the current, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now they put B, I put what?
A.
Okay, so we're trying to find A right here. So it makes sense that I want to eliminate what? C. Problem is they don't match up, do they?
2.
1/2 and 2/3. So I gotta multiply this one times
Half.
1/2, multiply this one times
2/3.
2/3. That's what you get. You guys with me?
Yes.
Hope you're writing this down. What eliminates? What cancels? Can I add these two? They got the same what?
Denominator.
Denominator. So that gives me 2 plus 2, which is 4 over 6. Don't add the bottom number. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and change it to A. Those two cancel, and that equals what? Hey, there's one or two ways you can do this. What's one way? Does anybody know? Well, I just gotta get my bottom number to be what?
1.
So,
Oh, 3.
so I can change that to 15 over
3.
3, right?
Which would
Now,
be
the
5.
easiest way to do it is this. You guys ready for this? Ready to blow your mind?
Okay.
3 are going to 20 how many times?
6.
How much left over?
2.
What's 5 plus 6?
11.
You exploded my face.
Shots fired.
Because I could make that 5.0, right? Right? Yep. Okay, moving on. How do I get A by itself? Now, I can even change that
Multiply.
to 2/3, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Put that over 1. Okay, 3 times 11.2, do that on your calculator. 11.2 times 30.
33.6.
1 times 2 is
2.
33.6 divided by 2. Should be about
16.8.
16.8.
16.8.
16.8?
Yes.
Okay, so my boat, how fast is it going in still water?
About 17 miles per
About
hour.
17 miles per
Would you run that?
hour. I could. It wouldn't hurt. That's a great question too, because when your engine twist is maybe 17 instead of 16.8, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
so you have to be ready for that. You guys good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be a problem like that on the OI. I almost bet my paycheck on it. Write it down. Now, this is not any different than the previous problem. The only difference is instead of water,
It's
it's where?
Air.
Air. So the current now turns into
Wind.
wind. So instead of using C, I'll use
W.
W. With the wind, against the wind. You set it up the same exact way. Write it down so you have it. This is example what? 3. It's not on there. You're going to have to write it down. Because it's going to be under CYP. You look confused, so I'm just trying to help you. You guys got it? You good? Hey, here.
Alright, I'm getting I'm alright.
Okay.
I'm all good.
We're zombies.
Here's the Neo-Light question, going similar. Kayaking group, we've got travel 60 miles downstream, stop for meal, travel 60 miles upstream. The speed of the current remains constant throughout the trip. Okay, find the speed of the kayak in still water. Now, is this one a little different?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have to factor in what?
Downstream and upstream.
The current, do I? Now, can I still use the box?
Yes.
Definitely. Okay, so I would say down and then up. What goes on the top?
Distance.
Equals
Rate.
Rate.
Times time.
Okay, so it's gonna be what, 16 and 16? My rate. That's what we're trying to find, isn't it?
Yes.
What is speed? That's rate, right?
Yes.
Be the same. Do I know the time though?
Yes.
Okay, I left at 10. Stopped at noon, so that's what?
2 hours.
Very good. Returned back at 8 for an hour. Left at 1, and I finished, so that's 4. Good. R. Well, because you have to factor in the current. Okay? With the current, I can add the current to my normal speed, right? But if I'm going against the current, then I have to subtract that from my normal speed. Okay. Here, I don't have to factor that in because it's what? It's constant. You with me? Okay. Guess what? I'm probably going to put this on the test.
Oh, man.
Okay, that's all I'm going to show you then. You're responsible. I'll set it up for you. Steve, subscribe to 10 podcasts for a total of 340 minutes. He used his 2 favorite tags, hobbies and recreation, soliloquies. Each of the hobbies and recreation episodes lasts about 32 minutes.
Each soliloquy.
Now, the episode, once you read it.
Each soliloquy episode lasts 42 minutes. So how many of each tag is each subscriber?
Okay, so we need, how many tags do I have?
2.
How many equations am I going to have?
2.
Okay, so can I
Table.
use
Box.
my box?
Don't like it.
Okay, so I'm going to just say
It's each tag.
hobbies.
I'm gonna just put soul. There you go. Solely.
Okay,
Are you okay?
I'm thinking podcast would be
okay, so this one's going to be
340.
340, 32.
That's 23, not like that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so,
And then you
Oh,
got,
no,
you got to divide 340 by 42.
wait, sorry. Okay, now, this one's kind of similar to the ones we worked in 6.3. It's going to be 10, and it's going to be x plus y. Okay, it's going to be hobbies and then plus, yeah.
Solely.
Now, if I add those two, how many of them will be 10, right? Okay, so this lasted 32 minutes, and this was 42 minutes. Both of them together equaled what?
340.
There you go, right there.
Way.
That's Hobbies and Recreation Podcast. Okay, this is Salute. Okay, so you're adding both of those.
Yeah, we know. We know. Yeah, I said we know.
Mine?
Okay, now, I've set it up for you, it's probably gonna be on the test. You're responsible for working it out. You see it, no surprises. Level mastery. Should be a little box in the lower right hand corner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're not done, listen to me. If you're not done with 6-3 worksheet, what do you need to be working on right now? 6-3 worksheet. If you're done with the worksheet, you get started on the pair check. What's due today?
Fair check. Oh, wait, the worksheet.
6-3 worksheet is due today before you leave. What's due tomorrow? Pair check. What is Friday? Chapter 6 exam.
Yeah.
Why do you care?
Whoa. Oh, shots fired.
All you need to worry about is what's happening Friday. And whether you're going to pass it or not.
Ooh.
And then it really doesn't matter what it's called. Then your focus changes. Right? If you pass it, are you worried about it? If you don't pass it, are you worried about it? So, Josh, you got work to do. No, let's go. You got work. Oh, you got work to do. Whatever. Let's go. Get to work on that.
I need to.
I don't know. Positive times positive is a positive. Why did you do that? Hey, let's go. Caitlin, you need AST? JC, what about you? You better get to work then. Let's go. That's 23rd. Yes, I will.